Now joining us now live is Dr. Pearson Cross, UL Lafayette political science professor and host of KRVS's Bayou to Beltway. Thanks for joining us, Dr. Cross.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Now the margins in some swing states in the Electoral College are razor thin. How do you see the presidential race playing out at this point?
Well, it's just a matter of counting up the totals. I mean, these margins are, as you say, extraordinarily thin. I think the last time I looked at Nevada, it was 8,000 votes. Crazy. In Pennsylvania, it's quite a lead for Trump, but it looks like most of the votes that are being counted now are probably Biden votes, so that's going to tighten. And although Wisconsin got called for Biden, it looks like Michigan is going to be very, very, very tight. So this is right down to the wire. It doesn't get any closer than this. We could end up with a tie even.
Now, any local or statewide races catch you by surprise?
Well, I was not surprised that Donald Trump won Louisiana easily. I was a bit surprised by the numbers that Bill Cassidy put up, winning 59%. Strong show of support for the senator elected to his second term. And Acadiana really went for Clay Higgins in a really big way. Yeah. And so he certainly looks like his job is secure for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, third term. Now, a lot of criticism again this year against polling in the presidential race. Do you believe that's fair?
Absolutely. The pollsters blew it again. I mean, particularly with regard to Pennsylvania and Florida. So in Florida, they had it, maybe Biden by 2, but, Biden actually didn't perform very well, and Trump performed better than it was expected and carried that state. And in Pennsylvania, we're not going to know how it comes out for a day, probably 36 hours. But at some point, people were having Biden up by 5-6 points in Pennsylvania, and we have not seen that at all. So they've got to go back to the drawing board and figure out what the heck did we do wrong, or else we got to stop believing in polls.
Now, your view of American democracy from 30,000 feet based on yesterday's election, can you give that to us?
Well, we are a strong and vibrant democracy, and I don't think any one president or candidate or any election is going to undo us, frankly. But at this point, it appears that we are very divided between two visions of America and two parties, and people are holding to their partisan allegiance more closely maybe than ever before. And so what we're seeing is that even though people have more in common than they may think in terms of belief, they are really focusing on their allegiance to a particular party, and that's creating this great partisan divide.
All right. Well, Dr. Cross, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Is there anything that I may have missed that you would like to add?
No, just, let's wait till the count's done before we decide who won.
All right, sir. Thank you so much.